Looking for a feature-rich field monitor that's easy to use, provides a touch interface, reduces reshoots, and most importantly, improves your workflow? Does the Desview R7 Plus deliver on all these goals? Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Simon. Thanks for tuning into The Ordinary Filmmaker. If you're new here, subscribe to get notification of new videos like this one so you don't miss any other reviews, news, rumors, or even tutorials. And by the way, I'm giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. Details are in the description down below, or you can watch this video here, but essentially, there's no jumping through hoops. All you have to do is subscribe for your chance to win. A couple of weeks ago, Desview reached out to me, and they were wondering if I'd be willing to review the Desview R7 Plus 7-inch field monitor. I don't accept every item offered for review. I need to feel a connection to the product, see some value in using it, and be able to provide you with a review that helps you make an informed decision. Desview didn't tell me what I could say or couldn't say. They didn't pay me, but I am free to keep the field monitor after review if I wish. Now, the Desview R7 Plus isn't an external recorder, it's a field monitor. It has a large 7-inch screen, and it's bright. It's brighter than your average camera's LCD. Color accuracy is good, and it has a ton of features to allow you to monitor your shoot to achieve your desired results. And a big plus to help you achieve your desired results is the ability to load your own 3D LUTs, not one, but multiple, so what you see is truly what you get. The Canon R5 flip screen, like most flip screens, allows me to frame my subject and see what I'm filming, but its limited size and nit level makes it difficult to get the results that I need shoot after shoot, and that's that consistency issue. Now, I've gotten the exposure wrong, and some of you have seen that, and I thought I was getting it bang on looking through the LCD. I also thought I got the focus bang on looking through the LCD when shooting manually, only to find out in post that I need to reshoot. Have you ever shot footage that you had to toss out or reshoot? Video of a loved one, a landscape you'll never visit again, or spent hours reshooting? I have, and I've done it more than once. Look at last week's Q&A video. I thought I'd nail the exposure. It looked great on the LCD, only to be a major challenge in post, and thankfully I was able to save it without having to reshoot. But it was still a pain. A field monitor like the Desview R7 Plus may not be the best travel companion, but for shooting events, or interviews, or videos like my weekly question and answer video, it gives you an accurate look at what you're shooting and provides many professional level tools. At first, I wasn't sold that 1000 nits would be bright enough on a sunny day, but the supplied sunshade compensates for this even in direct sun. I can clearly see the screen when shooting videos where the R7 Plus is more than 5 feet away. But before getting into a detailed analysis of the Desview R7 Plus, let's take a look at what's in the box. Of course, you get the Desview 7-inch R7 Plus field monitor, a microfiber cloth, a USB stick for applying firmware updates or adding a LUT, a silicone protective casing, which you can see here is actually on the 7-inch field monitor, and you get 2 HDMI field cables. One's a micro HDMI and the other's a mini HDMI, and it's the perfect length. Then there's the hot shoe adapter, a carrying bag, and a manual that's easy enough to read, and it even comes in color. What's missing though is a battery and a battery charger like this one here. It uses one of these guys. The Desview uses the NP F330, 550, or 750, 570 batteries, and this one here is good enough for shooting at least an hour, and it's not too heavy. There's that. But yeah, you have to buy those separately. Oh, and if you're lucky enough to have a camera with a full-size HDMI cable or HDMI port, you're going to need to purchase that cable because it didn't supply one of those. I recommend attaching the rubber casing immediately after unboxing, as I've done here. It's required for fixing the sunshade, and it does protect it from bumps and drops. The Desview R7 Plus is made from plastic, but it feels solid enough. Desview, they chose to build a lightweight device over building in a heavier industrial unit. But how does it perform? How does the Desview R7 Plus allow you to preview your video, reducing the risk of clipping highlights and helping you focus manually, and be able to preview log footage? The Desview supports HDMI 4K in and out. It displays a crisp, detailed 1920 by 1080 preview of your footage with no discernible lag. The screen aspect is 16 by 10 and has a contrast ratio of 1100:1 with good color accuracy. Control and setup is simplified through the touchscreen. Want to keep fingerprints off the screen? No problem. Use the controls on the top of the unit. Screen sensitivity is very good, despite some reviews saying otherwise. Now, to demonstrate how good it is, I have the Desview freestanding with the silicone protective case on it. If I touch it too much, it's going to fall over or shift. A light touch is all that's required, as you're going to see in this video. When I first started using the field monitor, I couldn't get the Desview to respond without tapping harder. That's because it requires a double tap to enter the menus. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to pinch and zoom when viewing. Now, once the menus are present, a single tap works for most functions. The menu is very well laid out into 5 different categories: exposure assist, focus and compensation, LUT config, display setting, and system config. False color gives you the option of ARRI or spectrum. Zebra gives you fine control over sensitivity. Want to see if the brightness exceeds any value from 70 to 100? No problem. The Desview goes further, giving you control from 1 to 100 IRE. IRE allows you to see how much of your image exceeds any given brightness level. Exceeding 100 means your image is clipping or is essentially overexposed in those areas. But problems can occur if much of your image is over 80. Other tools to assist with exposure include the histogram. Like most overlays, select the level of transparency and the position. Waveforms can be broken into RGB or luminance. HDR options include HLG and PQ. The focus and composition menu gives you control over focus and composition. Desview can't be blamed for being cryptic now, can they? You can view the feed in red, green, or blue. Peaking makes manual focus a breeze. Unlike many monitors, you can select not only the strength of peaking, but also the color. You can also set the ratio of the feed. I'm using 16:9. Apply grid lines if you prefer. I shoot log a lot. I'm never happy with how the video looks through the camera's LCD, despite turning on View Assist. The camera never quite gets close enough to what I see in post. Loading a LUT was the first thing I tested when I set up the Desview R7 Plus. I copied the LUT file to the supplied USB stick and formatted it as FAT16. Well, I formatted it as FAT16 and then I copied it over to the USB stick. I then tapped on LUT config, clicked on Look USB. From there I loaded the LUT off the USB, and it was that simple. The loaded LUT gave me an accurate rendition of what I saw in post. I only loaded my one LUT, but you can load multiple LUTs, and switching between them is a breeze. Now the display settings menu gives you control over how you want the display set up. You can change the aspect ratio, flip the display, set the anamorphic multiple, and several other settings. The system config menu is where you can update the firmware or reset the monitor back to factory defaults. You can also set the color temperature, backlit strength, sound levels, and hotkeys. I've run through the menus pretty quickly to give you an idea of the power behind the $299 field monitor. My goal in this video is to show you the power of the Desview field monitor, not to provide you an in-depth tutorial. Doing so could take well over an hour with all the options and probably bore you to death. But as you saw from the B-roll, the Desview menu system is very well laid out, making it a breeze to set up and operate. I really think that the team at Desview carefully thought out the user experience all the way from packaging, supplied components, configuration, and usage in operation. The R7 Plus provides an awful lot of value for $799, filling a gap in my current workflow. The question is, does it fill a gap in yours? But that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. One last thing before you go, I'm going to be awarding the SyncoLav S6E and M3 shotgun microphones. I'll be awarding these 2 microphones to one lucky viewer once this channel reaches 20,000 subscribers. And then for every 10,000 subscribers from there on out, I'll be awarding up a better and more expensive prize until the channel reaches 100,000 subscribers, at which point I'll be awarding a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. Details can be found in the description down below, or you can watch this video here, but essentially all you have to do is subscribe. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.